Welcome to the Explainer. So here's a wild thought. Did you know most startups fail not because their product is bad, but simply because literally no one knows they exist? It's true. Today, we're unpacking the ultimate guide for founders. We're going to look at exactly how to build brand awareness, attract customers, and seriously accelerate growth, all without needing some massive corporate marketing budget.
Let's talk about the absolute biggest challenge right after launching. Picture this. You've built this amazing, innovative product, you push it out into the world and absolute crickets. Man, it's a painful reality. The source material points out that even with the absolute best product on the market, you suffer from total invisibility if you don't have a clear marketing plan. That old build it and they will come myth? Yeah, it just doesn't work in today's digital marketplace.
So what's the actual fix here? Well, it's a dedicated social media strategy. Think of this structured plan as your secret weapon. It's how you build awareness, engage with your customers, and actually generate leads through consistent marketing. For startups running on limited funds, which, let's face it, is most of them, the source highlights that this is exactly how you level the playing field against those established industry giants.
Here's our roadmap for today. First, the startup visibility problem. Second, building your strategy foundation. Third, fueling your content engine. Fourth, growth tactics and traps. And finally, number 5, the path to success. Let's dive in.
Section 1. The Startup Visibility Problem. The research shows a really fascinating shift happening right now. Customers are actively auditing brands online way before they ever open their wallets. They're scrutinizing your social profiles, they're reading reviews, they're totally judging your brand's vibe and personality. Having a high-quality social presence, that builds immediate confidence. It makes a brand new startup look incredibly credible right out of the gate. Social media truly is the great equalizer here.
And a targeted strategy does way more than just, get your name out there. It actually accelerates how fast you acquire customers because you're homing in on very specific interests and behaviors. This drastically lowers your marketing costs while boosting those conversion rates. Plus, when you engage directly with users, you foster this amazing two-way relationship. That builds the kind of organic, long-term brand loyalty that money literally cannot buy.
Moving on to Section 2, Building Your Strategy Foundation.
Now, the guide gives a pretty stark warning here. Simply throwing up an Instagram account and posting randomly, that is a massive trap that will just burn right through your cash. Instead, it lays out 3 critical foundational steps. Step 1, define really clear goals, like generating leads. Step 2, intimately understand your audience's pain points. And Step 3, intentionally choose your platforms.
Because here's the thing. You do not need to be everywhere. You just need to be where your customers are. If you're a highly visual brand, like in fashion or food, Instagram Reels is your home. Launching B2B software, LinkedIn is where you need to be building thought leadership. Local businesses usually thrive on Facebook, while YouTube is just the ultimate space for in-depth product demos and storytelling. Basically, just pick the right tool for the job.
All right, Section 3, Fueling Your Content Engine.
Take a look at this content breakdown. Notice how tiny that promotional slice is? Only 15% of your output should be direct sales pitches. The framework strongly suggests driving your engine with 35% educational content. Think how-to guides and tutorials. Then, humanize your brand with 25% behind-the-scenes culture and build that crucial trust with 25% customer stories.
Diversifying your content exactly like this completely prevents promotional fatigue. It keeps your audience engaged and actually hooked on what you're saying. The real secret: mapping out founder stories, industry stats, and fun polls way in advance. Planning all this out on a calendar is an absolute lifesaver for busy founders. It stops that daily panic of, oh no, what do I post today? And it guarantees you stay consistent.
Which brings us to Section 4, Growth Tactics and Traps.
Let's weigh our growth options for a second. Organic growth is amazing for building really deep, long-term trust on a low budget. But it requires serious patience. It takes time. On the flip side, paid advertising acts like rocket fuel. It gives you immediate reach and fast lead generation. But the second your budget dries up, that traffic stops entirely. So, the absolute sweet spot? A strategy that perfectly blends the slow burn trust of organic content with the quick, targeted hits of paid ads.
But watch out, because the research highlights some incredibly deadly traps that totally sink startups. Posting without a specific goal? That's just shouting into the void. Flying blind and ignoring your data and analytics is a total recipe for disaster. And inconsistent branding, like mixing up your fonts and colors, destroys your brand recognition. But honestly,
The biggest trap of all? Chasing vanity metrics. Having a massive follower count means absolutely nothing if those people never actually convert into paying customers. You're also going to face the classic execution dilemma. Do you DIY this or do you hire an agency? Doing it yourself usually means basic graphics and a whole lot of frustrating trial and error. It eats up time you definitely don't have. Hiring an agency, though, brings in proven specialists and really detailed analytics. Partnering with experts lets you actually focus on building your core business instead of, crying over the latest social media algorithm change.
Finally, Section 5, the path to success. Let's trace out a hypothetical success story here, say for a new SaaS app. Month 1, they launch. 0 followers, minimal traffic. It's that dreaded crickets phase we talked about earlier. But they stick to the plan. By month 3, they're implementing weekly videos, reels, and LinkedIn tutorials. And by month 6, bam! They're seeing immense brand awareness, a steady stream of qualified leads, and significantly stronger trust. This kind of transformation isn't luck, guys. It's pure strategic execution. Now, to actually measure that success, you have to track the right data every single month. Keep a super close eye on your engagement rate, your website click-throughs, and your lead conversions. And absolutely crucially, monitor your customer acquisition cost, or CAC, to make sure you aren't overspending. Ruthlessly reviewing these numbers is exactly how you optimize and scale those campaigns. I love this quote because it perfectly captures the core philosophy of everything we've been exploring today. Long-term success comes from consistency rather than viral moments. Earning genuine trust and showing up with valuable content week after week, that will always outperform the exhausting, desperate hunt for a single viral video. So I want to leave you with this final thought. Are you going to continue the cycle of random posting and just hoping for a lucky break, or are you ready to build your strategic blueprint today? The roadmap is literally right in front of you. Applying it is the key to turning your startup from a hidden secret into a trusted, scalable business. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer. Now go put these insights into action.